Okay, so welcome back. Yesterday we paused and reflected. When you look back at your child's day, what kind of vibe did your home give off, right? Was it warmth, calm, connection, or was it rushing, anxiety, hurry up? And now, today, let's go one step deeper. Because pleasantness isn't just about how we feel, it's how we function. Okay, it's not a personality trait. We often look calm households and what we assume that they must be having an easy child, they must be having some extra help, or they are naturally sorted people. But pleasantness is not an accident. It is an outcome of thoughtful systems and small habits. So today we will get very close look at how habits really help in making our homes pleasant and how to go about it. So let me start with an example of two homes, home A and home B, and it's the morning hours, and one child in home A is still sleeping, and you're calling him again and again, beta, get up, it's time to go to school. He's not getting up, the uniform is not ready, the tiffin is not ready because you are busy picking up the kid. And then he's scrambling to find his socks, and the homework is left outside the bag, and now everyone is rushing, getting irritated. What is the result? There is, of course, tension and there is guilt, because when the child is gone, you feel, oh my God, the day started at a wrong note. And another house, house B, everyone knows what time is they have to get up. Maybe it's different timings for adults and children, but everyone has a set time, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever. And everyone is knowing what has to be done next. Uniform is ready, tiffin is ready, water bottle is in place. And what is the result? Calm mind, a sense of safety, and pleasant, connected start of the day, right? So, isn't this a beautiful place to be in? But this does not happen by itself. It happens when you divide your day in such a way that you know that, okay, let me have things in place the previous night, so that everything is done for morning. A very simple thing that really we forget to do in our homes. So it could be simple everyday habits that create peace, like this wake up and bedtime routine. You know, it's not about getting up on time, it's about sleeping on time. Because if you're not sleeping on time, you'll not be able to wake up on time ever. It can happen 1 or 2 days that you're just getting up somehow, the child is getting up somehow, but it will not happen every day. Out of 7 days, maybe on 2 days, they're able to manage getting up on time, even if after they have slept late. But on other days, there will always be a tension around, right? So you have to focus on getting them sleep on time, and for yourself too. And that too without having some screen time, then at least an hour till you have gone to bed. Okay. Then water bottle and tiffin habit. This can always be done before on the previous night, right? It doesn't have to wait for the next morning. Or what about 15-minute evening tidy up? See, it's always very common in homes for things to just get out of their place. So, what if every person returns things to their place, whether it's books, shoes, toys, chargers, everything can go back into their place in 15 minutes if everyone is just working together. And what happens? What is the result of it? It just resets the home. Resets the energy of the home. Don't you feel that if the environment is clutter free, you are able to focus more? Right? And how about a family calendar check-in? These days, schools always give that annual calendar to the children, right? Wherein you can see what is the next week dedicated to, whether some PTM is coming up, or if there is a UT, or if there is a house competition, everything is mentioned there. So there are no last minute surprises if you're seeing that calendar on the weekends, right? So all what we're trying to do is we are trying to get into a calm space. because there are no surprises and everyone knows what is coming up next, right? And of course, there can be shared chores. That's a very good way to start forming habits with the children. Even a 7-year-old child can, wipe the table, the dining table after having dinner, or he can fill the water bottles and put them in the refrigerator. So these tiny things can just be given to him, and these can be given not as an off one time, a one time kind of a chore, but one time kind of a task, but as a chore which has to be done on a daily basis. Like, you have to do this. Like, for example, we eat almonds and walnuts every morning and figs. So, my daughter has this duty now. She's in hostel, but now she's back for her summer vacations. So, again, she's back on her duty where she has to just soak all of those things so that everyone can consume them next morning. And we don't use refrigerator for the drinking water. Instead, since past 3 4 years, we have started using that earthen pot which you call matka, right? And that is very good for throat and health overall. So the duty to fill up water in that every night is with my 15-year-old son. Now, it's a very small task. It takes hardly 5 minutes, but just giving him one responsibility is good because he remembers that, he has gotten into that habit of remembering that he has to do this. So it just makes them more focused and more attentive. It's not about filling up that earthen pot. It's about getting into a habit of forming habits. That's also very important. So, a lot of people just stay away from forming habits, including me. For many years, I never had any habits. You know why? Because I thought that habits will make life boring. I thought I cannot get into a routine. I always want every day to be different and unique and this and that. I mean, I really had some very different kind of thoughts about habits. And I realized I was always struggling because I would just think that, oh, I want my freedom, to do things on my own pace. But that is not freedom, that is chaos because you don't know what you have to do next. You're always thinking that, should I read a book or should I exercise? Should I prepare breakfast or should I go for a walk? You are never so sure of what you have to do next, and so you're never in a flow. But the moment you have habits in your life, that leaves you with so much room and so much space for more important things in life because all these daily things are really taken care of. Even now, like for example, for so many years, I was having a certain time to everything. And now I'm having these workshops and lives in the evening because that's the time when parents can connect better, when mothers are free, especially for working mothers. We have started doing these in late evenings. And now I have to, reset my energy because I cannot sleep early to get up early. So that is taking a time because there's a shift in what I have been used to do. And that's fine. But you need to know the importance of habits because they really play a big role in bringing pleasantness. Okay. So like I'll give an example, another example. Like they are musicians, they're athletes, they all have to practice daily, right? And they have to practice for so many hours. So is that not a habit? It's also a habit, right? But is that habit sounding boring to them? No, right? It's giving them freedom because it's helping them get better at their craft. So habits don't make us rigid, what we typically think. They remove unnecessary decisions that we otherwise have to keep taking. And we can focus more on joy, creativity, connection. And that's the secret, that habits don't kill spontaneity. In fact, they protect it. So, what I want you to now do differently is you have to change the form of the question. We typically ask, how do I get my child to behave better? Instead of that, I want you to ask, what tiny habit can reduce the daily friction? And nudge your child towards building that habit. Instead of constantly correcting the child, create systems that guide their energy. right? Because children don't need constant reminding, they need a rhythm to flow with. When life has fewer surprises and last minute stresses, your home becomes a place which is calm and pleasant. And it's not just for your child, but for you too. So tonight, just like yesterday, I want you to sit quietly and think what were the biggest stress moments of the day and what habit, tiny and doable, can remove that friction. Start small, one habit a week. So it's not about just seeing that, okay, let me do this. I really found that yeah, habits are going to help me, and let me start reading a book also, let me start sleeping on time also, and let me just take up any one thing which you are sure you will be able to sustain at least for a week. And once the week is over, don't leave upon this habit. This you continue, but then you can pick up a new habit. So it's always good to start small but stay steady and consistent. Because see, pleasantness is not accidental, it's always cultivated. So just have one habit and one rhythm at a time, because your child deserves a home where peace is not a visitor but a lifestyle. And you deserve that too, right? So, with that, I'll take your leave, and I hope you will think about that one habit which will help you get started. And till then, good night. We'll meet again tomorrow at 9:15 p.m. sharp.